Hi, I thought I'd just come on and talk a little bit about the different size barrels. We've got quite a lot of new members on the page now, and I think there's a little bit of confusion with the size of the barrels and the length. So this is your standard set. So with your standard set, just the basic standard set, you get the 30mm short barrel and the 40mm short barrel. So they're both really short. In my kit, I've got the round brush, I've got the 2 paddle brushes, and then I've also got the hairdryer head. So those all come with the initial kit. The long set comes with the 30mm barrel. I'm not very organised here. The 30mm long barrel and the 40mm long barrel. So I'll just show you the difference between the two. So there's quite a lot of difference. I started off with the short set and then I've slowly added them all on, and I use them all equally. I still love the short, is my favourite. The 30mm short is my favourite. I find I can get a really nice curl. But I equally love the long, because I like doing the beach waves on the long. And then there's the 20. So this one only comes in a long length. So it's the same as the long set. So the 20 doesn't come in a short. So I'll just show you the difference. But the 20 is fantastic for really tight curls if you're struggling to get your hair to hold. And it's amazing for beach waves because you can pop them in upside down, you can bring them in that way, you can bring them in that way, and you can also just use them the standard way. So the other thing that gets confusing is the direction. So when you look in the mirror, there's arrows on your barrels. So to get the curls to go away from your face, if you hold your air wrap here, for the curls to go away from your face, you need to, when you look in the mirror, have the arrows facing away from your face. That will really help, because if you put this arrow, which goes that way, on this side, and you're constantly trying to get your curls to go back, your hair won't grab the barrel. It will just keep fighting it, and then you'll end up with a wonky curl. So that is essential. Had a lady the other day said that my barrels were like vacuums. And I thought, I was laughing because I honestly thought she was teasing me, but she actually didn't know any different. She hasn't got an air wrap, and so she had no idea that these do actually suck the hair on. So you literally hold your barrel and it just sucks the hair onto it and does the work for you. If your hair's too wet, you'll struggle to get the barrel to hold, especially on the 20s, because it's such a small area. The hair is, if the hair's too wet, it won't grab, so just keep persevering. Anybody who's having problems with their curls holding, a good technique, make sure the hair's really smooth. Even though my hair's started to dry curly, I'd say my hair's 80% dry now, so you want to really get your section smooth. Curl the end first. So if you curl the end first, make sure it's really dry, then re-wrap it, then wrap it up to the root. That'll really help to get your curls to hold. I'll show you in a minute because there's a couple of people been asking about that. Products, I find the less I use the better. I have got mousse on today. I've got the 3 more inches mousse, which I love because it doesn't go crispy. You can see it's quite dry, but it hasn't gone that kind of hard, sticky feel. When you use the barrels, when you use mousse, you will struggle if you've left it too long to dry to get that crispiness out. If that happens, just pop your comb through it and that'll just break up those roots. Other good technique, if you want to get a lot of bounce at the root, hold your barrel in and pull the barrel away from the direction of the hair and just hold it like that. And when you let go, you'll get an amazing bounce at the root. That is a really good tip. Anything else that I can think that people have been asking me? If there's any questions at the end, if anybody wants any more tips on anything, just drop me a message. I've got Colour Wow Coconut Cocktail on today, and I've got my Dream Coat on. This is the one for curly hair, but I use both. The curly one's good if you like to leave your hair to dry. So sometimes if your hair's dried out too much, I usually just spray a little bit more through, just to damp the ends down, because if it's dried too much, then they won't hold so well. Yesterday I did my hair from quite wet with the round brush, and the curls held so well. It was amazing. They literally lasted all day, and that's because it was wetter, so I got a much stronger curl. So what I'll do now, I'm just going to do a mixture. I'm just going to do a couple. My hair will look awful probably at the end, or it'll kind of just blend into its curls. So I just want to show you a few techniques. So I'll just do a couple of beach waves. Doesn't really matter which way you have your arrows, but I still tend to keep them going the way you want them. So this is done with the 20. So what I'm going to do is just pick up the hair. I'm going to pop the barrel on. I only ever use high speed, medium heat. I never use anything else. And I'm going to turn the barrel upside down. I'm going to wrap it. So the idea of beach waves is you wrap it yourself and then you hold the end out so the end stays straight. So I'm just going to put that on. So that's high speed, medium heat. And then I don't very often use my cool shot because I do my hair every day, but a cool shot will really help to hold your curl. If you're not familiar with the cool shot, I've got that on high heat, I think. If you're not familiar with the cool shot, it's that button there. So you just push that button up and hold it on until the hair goes cool. It's not freezing cold, it just cools. And then just let the curl drop, and you can see you get that nice bounce at the root. So the smaller the section, the more stronger curl you're going to get. I'm just going to do a couple with the, got so many barrels here, I'm getting confused. I'm just going to do a couple with the 30mm, the short ones, just to show you the difference. Again, really make sure the hair's nice and smooth. If you just pick your hair up and it's all clumpy, it won't work. So again, wrap it. So you can still do beach waves on these short ones, just to be it'll be a closer together curl. But hold the end out, so that's the idea with the beach wave. It's usually about 10 seconds, I would say, depending on how wet your hair is, and then just pop your cool shot on. Just show you that, so you can equally use the short ones. It's really essential to make sure they're dry. They're probably not 100% dry yet, but make sure they're dry, because if you don't, then it just won't hold. I'm not very keen on sectioning, so I never ever section. The only time I probably section is if I'm doing beach waves, and then I'll start on the bottom and work my way up, but I tend to just go at it. Again, just pop your cool shot on once it's dry. The biggest difference with the long barrel, obviously with the beach wave, is you've got more room to spread the curl through. So I'm just going to use one of the larger barrels on the front. These obviously are massive. These are great for a big blowout, blow dry. Especially if you've already got your hair nice and smooth, they just give it a really good bounce. They're not so good for beach waves, although I will just show you. If you don't want your fringe too tight, they're quite good. So that just gives that kind of beach wave where it's that look where it's almost not done, which is really nice. Because my hair is very layered, they're not great, but if you imagine if you had a bob and you were doing that look, you get that really lovely almost kinked look, which looks fantastic. So that's your beach waves. The other thing I will say as well, with the round brush doesn't grab the hair. You have to do the work with it, and with the paddle brushes, these grab the hair. So basically, if I just picked up a piece of hair like that and just held it behind it, look, the hair just sucks it on. But the round brush doesn't. You've got to do the work with the round brush. It doesn't do it for you. The key with the round brush is keep your sections really small, make sure they fit on the brush, and keep control of the hair at all times. Hold your hair with the other hand, otherwise you'll just get into such a tangle. And also keep the hair nice and smooth, so make sure you've combed it well. through before you start blow drying it. So I'll just show you this one. So I'm just going to pop the cool shot on. Just going to take that out, and you've got that nice big curl. These are great as well when you've finished, when it's fully dry. If you get the palms of your hands and pull the hair down, you create that really lovely deep wave. They're really good as well. What else shall I show you? Oh yes, I know. I was going to show you, I'll just get my arrows the right way. I was just going to show you how to do the double curl. So basically with the double curl, I would pick up a section of hair like that. I'm going to let the ends grab on, and I'm going to curl the end first. I'm keeping the hair quite taut and not letting it sag. The minute you let it sag, the hair will just flop off the barrel. So you can see, look, the end's already curled. Then I'm going to re-grab it, and then I'm going to go up to the root. And that way you're really making sure you've got lots of air through the hair and make sure it's really dry. So essential to make sure it's dry. I'm actually just going to do the other side, and then I'm going to leave all this to dry naturally today, because I'm not going anywhere. So you can see how tight the curl is, because you've got that tightness through the end there. So just do a couple more up here. I'll just show you how to get that nice bounce at the root as well. So if you want to really get that root nice and bouncy, pull away, hold the end really tight and pull away and really get that dry. And then just let the barrel grab it and just wrap it up. But because I've only got it on medium heat, like I said, I can hold it. If you had that on hot, it would start to get a little bit too warm. Just spread it around the barrel a bit, and if your roots are frizzy, just push the hair onto the barrel and just pull it out like that. It really is that easy. So I'm just going to get a nice bit of bounce at the crown. Again, just pull against it if you want to get a nice lot of height in the crown. Curl the ends first. So this is all on the small 30mm barrel. So anybody who has got longer hair like mine, they still work so well. I love them. So if I was doing a beach wave this side, I probably would carry on with my barrel this way around. I struggle to get my barrel the other way around, so I'll probably just pop my barrel in and wrap it that way. So I'm still keeping the end out, but you're still getting a nice lot of bounce. And pop your cool shot on. And that one's going to drop down that side, look, so you can get, so anybody who struggles to get their hand around the other way, I find this so much easier. So I'm sticking with my right hand barrel and I'm wrapping it round. So it just works really well on that side. Let's do a long one on, take a pic. Let's do a long one on that side and I'll just show you. So when I'm doing this side, I find this side my hardest side, even though I'm right-handed, because I sometimes find if I don't hold the hair taut enough, it sags. So I'm going to get the hair really taut, wrap the ends. So this is the long 30mm barrel. Yeah, it is the long 30mm. I'm just going to get the ends dry first, and then I'm going to keep it really taut, and I'm just going to shake it a bit just so that it breaks those up, and I'm just going to keep it all nice and tight on the barrel so it doesn't all sag down. I'm keeping tension on that barrel, and then if it still looks a bit crinkly, just re-wrap it and take it up again. I'll just do a couple of those in here. So you can see, literally, if your hair's at the right, if it's too wet, it won't do that. It will just push it away. Or if you've not got the barrels going the right way, I'll show you in a minute if I put the barrel on the wrong side. Okay, I'm just going to switch that over. So if I put my... So my 30mm barrels now are going that way. So if I pick up a piece of hair and I try and curl it back, watch what happens. And this is when people say the hair won't grab the barrel. It will just keep doing that because obviously your arrow's going the wrong way. So it really is that simple. Look in the mirror and your arrows go that way. And you watch the difference. It'll grab it. So that's when people say it won't grab the hair, that's usually what the problem is. That's it. That's all I'm going to do to mine today. I'm just going to give it a bit of a shake. I'm going to use my natural curl underneath. That's it. Simple. So I hope that's helped. Any questions, just ask me.